What is up, everyone? And thank you for tuning in to Don't Say the F Word, Pro Wrestling and Combat Sports Podcast, where we do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. Heel Mario's asking, are we ready for Raw? Of course we are ready for Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, how are you, my illegal brother-in-law?
I'm doing good, you know.
Good. Good. No Mark the Monster with us this evening, impromptu podcast. He's busy working on articles for the website. So if you haven't checked out any of Mark's articles, go over to the website, check them out. The link's in the bio. All right, Joe. So what do you know about Raw tonight? What rumors have you seen?
I've seen a couple. I've seen that AJ supposed to be back on there tonight. There's something huge going on with Cody. And a dog collar match.
Allegedly. So the rumor is SummerSlam in Detroit, which WWE has put out. There are $25 tickets available for SummerSlam in Detroit. Not a far drive.
I know.
Not a far drive. The rumor going around is Cody pitched a dog collar match between him and Brock. There's no real indication if it was one of their prior matches or if it's for something upcoming. I would imagine that was his pitch for the SummerSlam match.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Do you think what I'm hearing is WWE said no, they didn't give it the green light. I shared that a little earlier on our Instagram, but that it didn't get the green light, but that could always just be them throwing that rumor out there that Cody Brock dog collar match isn't going to happen, just so people tune in. It's a big surprise when Cody issues the challenge, Brock accepts. Do you think WWE would do a dog collar match?
Okay. I say in WWE world, they probably would go for it because that's one of his daddy's matches, dreams. He made a dog collar match.
So a lot of things are saying this era of WWE would never do a dog collar match. There's too much brutality.
And I wouldn't do it.
Heel Mario saying make it official. And I think they would do it.
I wouldn't do it because think about it. The dog collar match has been a curse. It's been a curse.
Oh, come on. How's it a curse? What's a curse? How's it cursed?
The last two matches of the dog collar match, look at it. Briscoe, he died. Look. Brody, he died. They all had dog collar matches.
You're making that link to dog collar matches?
They are making the link to dog collar matches. Yes, they is.
Got Alan from Beyblade Landscape checking us out. Got Beyblades are making it right here. It's Mark's Combat Sport. He's going to be putting some tournaments up here on the channel soon.
But
and the dog collar match isn't cursed. So
okay.
That match had nothing to do with Brody getting sick.
Okay. Yeah, but my thing is this. I wouldn't see Brock put a dog collar on because he'll need a really special made one for his neck.
They would have to go real big. I mean, Brock's got a bigger neck than I got, and I got a thick neck.
And you got to think about it. Brock could just, that's it. Like, he could drag Cody, suplex him.
Yeah. I mean, if they wanted to really push Cody as a major white meat babyface, you have him face Brock Lesnar in a dog collar match, and he manages to come out on top. The brutality that Brock could inflict in a dog collar match on Cody Rhodes, the sympathy Cody would get, be unbelievable.
And my thing is this, with the strength Brock got, he could accidentally rip the dang belt.
Man, Brock's inhumanly strong, of course, but he's very controlled. You never hear about Brock hurting anybody. He puts everybody down flat. I mean, he's an absolute pro in the business. He doesn't can you think of a time where Brock's injured someone? I mean, you can't count Randy Orton. That was intentionally the hard way. I can't think of Brock like I can't think of anything.
What was it? Oh, in his beginning years, what he did to what's it called? Damn it. What's his name? Not
Zach Gallen was already missing a leg. That don't count.
no, not him. Damn. Oh God, I see his face. Cody's first tag team partner when he. Oh God, what's his damn name? It's right there.
Ted DiBiase Jr.
No. Before Ted, when he switched over, he was tag team with Bob Holly.
Yeah.
Bob Holly.
He did hurt Bob Holly.
Bob Holly. He hurt.
Man, that was a long time ago.
That's the only person I can think of.
It did happen, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's why I said that's the only person I can think of offhand.
I don't know if they'll do the dog collar match. If they do it, they're definitely going to allow those guys to have some color in that match because there's really no way. I mean, they shouldn't tone a dog collar match down. Maybe they go Texas strap match or something to not do a dog collar because of the bad visual.
Or the best thing of all, Detroit street fight.
Yeah, you got the Detroit street fight. This G Fuel was back here, not a sponsor. Just want to point that out. Our dog is harassing me for treats.
I looked up there like, why am I doggy treats up there? I'm like, that like the
because your sister keeps a very organized kitchen. I mean, check that out. That's
yes, but I just from working in retail, I just noticed them doggy containers right there. I knew what they were in the back. I'm like, I know what that is.
I think they would do some sort of a gimmick match for Cody Brock 3. Detroit Street Fight's not a bad idea. I'd be cool with that. I could see maybe a strap match. Could see that happening. I don't know what else they could really do. They're not going to do a pit fight or anything like that. They're not going to do that.
So,
no shoot.
If they want to go out with a bang, it would have to be something really, really violent. Maybe their own TLC.
Man.
But just saying, that's just
Brock has won Money in the Bank before, so
I know, but I'm just saying they
interesting to see. They'll set it up tonight. I think you will see the setup of whatever it's going to be. I think that will happen tonight. I think that it will probably be the last meeting of Cody and Brock at SummerSlam. I think I don't think they'll do it at Money in the Bank. I think it'll wait till SummerSlam.
I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to just announce it right now that tonight that Cody's arm still broke, but it should be healed by SummerSlam.
Yep.
And Brock got to have his little time off his contract, so there you go.
Yeah, they're gonna do something where they can keep them apart till SummerSlam because they're not gonna blow this one off Money in the Bank. I just can't see that happening. I was hoping Steroid Steve would be joining us, but he said he probably isn't available till after 8. But he sent me something, and if he gets on, cool, we'll talk to him about it too. But he pitched an idea for Money in the Bank, and I kind of like the idea quite a bit.
Let's hear.
Solo Sikoa wins Money in the Bank.
Okay. But here's
You
the
know
thing.
that opens up, right? If Solo wins Money in the Bank.
Yeah. But they ain't really announced.
How long does he wait to cash in?
Yeah, that's bad.
There's a lot of things that could happen if Solo were to win Money in the Bank.
It's not bad, but I don't think they're going to do it because they still in that bloodline feud, and Solo, he ain't really had a solo match yet.
He's had a few, man. They did that little bit of stuff with him at the Brawling Brutes.
I know that, but it's been like his own solo going out by itself.
I would really like a mid-card Solo Sikoa and Gunther feud, because then I would like to see that get run back on the main event whenever they're both main event level. I think it would be very reminiscent of Rock Austin.
Yeah.
Play it up in the mid-card for the IC. A year later, year or so, now they're in the main event for the world title. I think that would be a good way to do a Solo's run.
Wait.
So maybe you have him win Money in the Bank and he cashes in on Gunther.
Wait, he can't. He got to do it in the U.S. because he on SmackDown.
You can do it for any title.
Oh yeah.
Brock says, if Roman says he wants some more gold in the bloodline and he wants the IC title and he sends Solo after Gunther.
Okay, I didn't think about that part. Yeah.
You could have Roman interferes to help Solo win the IC title, and then that throws Gunther into a main event program with Roman. I really like it to be LA Knight that wins. I would like that a lot. I just don't know if that's what we're going to get. I think the Solo element is really kind of intriguing. I didn't expect Steve to come up with that. Steve put that out there, and I think, man, that would be, for Solo Sikoa to win Money in the Bank, really gives us some more layers to the story.
I know. I seen on the interview, Sami Zayn, I read about this morning. Sami said that the bloodline story could last for years if they did it right.
Yeah. I don't know if you read the article I put on the website earlier today about the importance of stories in pro wrestling.
I read part of it while I was at work, yeah.
How important is the story in pro wrestling to you? Because a lot of people, whenever a match, WWE took criticism for years of there's no story to this, they're just throwing people at each other, doesn't make any sense, and then AEW comes along and does this regularly and gets minimal criticism from the internet wrestling community, because if you criticize AEW at this point with a lot of folks in the internet wrestling community, you're somehow a WWE mark, or you're a shill, or you're all kinds of these things if you take any criticism toward AEW, which is heat I've taken. But AEW does it a lot, where you have two adversaries and there's no story to it. But I've never really taken a big issue with it, because sometimes that I'm better than you is the story.
Okay. I see it like this. I like it when they do it because, for one, you will see the same, like Cena versus Orton, like 30 times in like 5 months. You'll see it over and over. Then we automatically just put like Cena versus Sami Zayn, for instance. That one day, that open challenge, Sami Zayn, out of the blue. Like, you wasn't expecting to be Sami Zayn. So sometimes when they don't have the right person, it makes sense to do it out of the blue. But when you put the wrong person, it's like, you could have had somebody better. Like,
so how do you feel about what they're doing for Forbidden Door and AEW?
I mean, that I seen some of the rumor
Bryan Danielson versus Okada.
Now, I seen that. Now that I can't see him fighting Okada good. No, it could be good, but I ain't never seen him fight him. That's what I meant by that.
I've never seen. I don't know if they've ever faced each other.
That's something. But I think
and that was one of the things where people were like, "Well, there's no story here." Well, there doesn't have to be a story.
Yeah,
it's who's better.
Yeah,
who's better? And I really feel like Bryan Danielson and Okada are going to put on a very long match at Forbidden Door. I can see that 60-minute classic. I really hope it is, too. I hope they go 60 minutes. I hope they tell a beautiful story in the ring.
Ain't Okada a little bit old, like at that time in his life?
I don't know, man. He's late 30s. I don't know. Let's get the.
I might be thinking of somebody else.
Let's get
that'd be my fault.
Let's get the information system here and let's see how old Okada is.
But I know the one match everybody is looking for is Offspring and Omega. I know everybody looking for that one.
Our dog is very demanding for treats, Joe.
Hey, don't worry. I feel your pain, you know, having the kid running around. I feel your pain.
Okada's 35.
Okay, I'll think somebody else. That's my fault.
So he's not up there at all. So I mean, him and Danielson can certainly go.
They go.
They do 60 minutes, no problem.
I mean, they do 60 minutes. Ooh, Daniel ain't did one. Yeah, he could probably do it. Yeah, he could do it.
He did an Iron Man. He did. Okada did the classics with Kenny.
That's right. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I don't think Okada Bryson will be as good as Okada Omega.
Yeah.
But I think it will be very, very good. I think Kenny and Will Ospreay will steal the show. At least it should. But whenever you got the Rainmaker on there, I mean, his match is going to be worth the pay-per-view anyway.
I know. I seen that. I seen it everywhere. It had like 26 5-star matches. Like, damn.
Yeah, I might be almost as big of an Okada mark as I am for Cody.
Yes, you will.
Close. Might be real close.
You is. I'm not going to deny that. You is.
So, do you think the storyline is? Do you think every feud needs to be storyline based, or can it just be the spirit of competition is the reason why we're doing some of these matchups?
I say it's competition. Nah, not competition. I say it's with the Forbidden Door. What's it? Brian Denn's submission machine, right? Kind of like that. Or kind of like
Technical wizard.
Yeah. So it's like they getting everybody that do the same type of wrestling style face each other in that Forbidden Door. So I can see that as a going in just out of nowhere. If they got the same person do the same style, same matches that know how to do it, know how to get it on right perfectly. Yeah, I'm down with that. But you just do like, let's just say Brian and Jinder Mahal. There we go, Jinder Mahal. That'd be pointless. that'd be pointless.
Man, why you gotta hate on the modern day Madarasha? Jinder gets so much heat, man.
I know. Last time I brought him up, you had a fit, so that's the first person popped in my head. Like, bam.
I mean, it was just the way they did the Jinder Mahal experiment was just so directly in our face that it was just because they were trying to expand in India. So they put the title on him, and then to just have Paul Heyman come out and bury Jinder before he was supposed to face Brock, and then have him just drop the belt to AJ, so it would be AJ and Brock because Brock didn't respect Jinder at all. Like, oh God, that was rough.
My thing is this: I kind of liked it. I did. Only one reason why I liked it. It was a new person, a new face, had the belt. It wasn't gonna be the same.
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it. I liked it.
It was different.
He was good as a champion, getting heat, throwing everything in his face, getting everybody mad, riled up, and he even kicked the win. So I liked it. I really liked them.
They did that prison match, the Bajambi prison match. Yeah. They did that. Brought back the Great Khali. Like, they did a lot of nonsense that I thought was funny. Yeah. I think that what's wrestling right now, even though great time to be a pro wrestling fan, I don't want to be that pro wrestling fan who tries to find the negative thing to complain about, because we all like complaining about watching wrestling as much as we like watching wrestling. There's minimal elements of surprise right now on both of your main products. On WWE and AEW, there's not a situation where I feel like I'm going to be surprised at the outcome. I'm not going to be surprised of a title change on TV Nothing's going to happen at a house show, and next thing I know, we have a new world champion of either promotion. AEW needs to do that. If they want to sell a lot of tickets to these house shows, they need to have something that's a shock happen at a house show.
See, that's the thing about the house shows. You got to have somebody there and make it live, like on your Facebook Live or like Instagram Live, to show that, hey, such won the belt. Just make it exciting to see.
I like house shows. I enjoy them because the wrestlers get to have a little bit more fun. It's not, you're getting to see the dress rehearsal for the TV show. It's different. It's a different feel, but I'm also a stupid wrestling. So I don't need, like, there's wrestling fans and there's wrestling nerds, and I'm definitely a wrestling nerd. So I enjoy the house show. I enjoy them. It's just the element of being there, watching a live pro wrestling event. It's a very good time, and no complaints. But I think for AEW, from a business standpoint and selling tickets and trying to pack a house, they need to have something that's a shock happen at a house show. So that way people will think, well, this might be the time they do something else like this, and I want to be there for it. I don't want to miss it.
Yes, but in my opinion, I really don't think AEW ready for a house show just yet. Not like
already doing them, man. They're just not selling out.
They ain't ready yet. I say they do like house show. Let me do like an experiment, like maybe once a week, just to see how things go. Maybe twice a week.
I think it's great for the wrestlers, the talent, to get the reps in and be able to wrestle a little bit more. I would have thought they would have done more Ring of Honor house shows as opposed to AEW house shows. Because you could get away with doing a much smaller venue, and it's not even a big deal because Ring of Honor built their name on small venues.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a revenue stream to be built there. There's towns that they're not going to do Dynamite in. Like, there's towns that, if you look, there's A, B, and C towns, and then there's like D and F towns in pro wrestling that don't generate a lot of money. They're not good wrestling towns. Chicago's an A town for wrestling. Philly is an A town for wrestling. You go to like Columbus, Ohio. I mean, it's not. I've been there for an AEW show. It didn't have the same feel as Pittsburgh by any means. So then they didn't do Columbus again. Next time they were in Southern Ohio, they went to Dayton and did a much smaller venue. And I can only imagine they do a house show in Southern Ohio. Like, it's going to be, a super small venue because it's not a big wrestling town.
They need to come back to Cleveland, Ohio. They'll get money.
Yeah, I mean, they did good in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. Cody's last match.
Yeah, they did good. Well, I missed that one, but
So, you see Cody's in the new AEW game?
I did.
Cody's making history. He's in both games. He's in the new AEW and he's in WWE.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of crazy.
No. Oh, you see how they make the Owen Hart? Oh.
Yeah, they put Owen in there.
People making fun of the Owen Hart character. Oh.
From a graphical standpoint, from any of the stills I've seen of the game, which granted none of us have played it, the gameplay could be absolutely phenomenal. The game looks terrible.
It does.
From what I've seen, like, I think it's cool that, like, there's parts where Darby Allin can ride a skateboard, and I think there's a lot of silliness to just be like arcadey fun, which I think could be great. I'm hoping the gameplay is fantastic. I hope it's a great game. But just like you see the images that are out, and I shared the one of Eddie Kingston. It's inexcusable for the game to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone, it's their first game. They don't have all the billions of dollars WWE does. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. That's a cop-out. Again, like I said, our last episode, AEW is not an indie promotion. Tony Khan's a billionaire. He has money. They could have, as long as this game was in development for, it should look better.
Or maybe WWE has a contract with whoever they got that nobody else can work with them except for them in their contract.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have gone with an indie developer. They could have made a good-looking game.
Yeah, they could.
How do you feel about Owen Hart being in the game?
It's in my opinion, it's stupid. It's stupid because he's a WWE.
Agree. Dumb as hell.
He's a WWF guy. Back in the day, WWF. He's WWF. All you getting him is like just his sweatsuit outfit. You ain't getting the heart, the nothing.
And like, I'm glad they're doing something to preserve his legacy. Sure, the Owen Hart Cup thing, I guess, is great. But having him in the game as a playable character to me seems absurdly unnecessary to put Owen Hart in an AEW game. I just think it doesn't make sense.
Yes,
is what I think.
It really is stupid because I get the cup tournament for Owen, but having an Owen character that I forgot his finishing move to tell you the truth, but it wouldn't make sense because
for a while he was doing the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
As the Blue Blazer, didn't he do a flying splash or something as a Blue Blazer?
Yeah. He ran to the rope.
Who knows if they're giving him the game? Now they should give him the sharpshooter, honestly.
Unless they probably couldn't. Sharpshooter.
With any luck, they're going to give him a move set that you can just pull away from him and apply to create a wrestler and make Bret Hart.
That too.
But I don't know. It doesn't make any sense for me for him to be in that game. I understand that his wife, isn't a fan of WWE and the kind of way things were handled. I get it. Totally support that. I'm glad AEW is, helping, support her and his kids by paying to license him into the game and to do the Owen Hart Cup. It's a fantastic thing. It just, from a video game fan and a pro wrestling fan, it doesn't make sense to have him in that game.
It don't. I mean, wait, hold up. I just thought something. Couldn't they, since his wife owns every right to Owen Hart, couldn't she just have him put in like the Hart clothes and everything?
I think all the trademark, like that look, the black and pink, and all those logos, I think WWE owns all of those.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Like Bret owns Hitman, Bret the Hitman Hart. I think Bret owns that. But I think he only got that in his last contract with him. That's why there's like some weirdness, like the spelling of his name from earlier in his career to later in the career. There were things that were owned by his dad's promotion that transferred over, and some stuff didn't. Or events brought him out.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's. I just figured since he had that type of control, she could at least make him look like Owen.
Do you think that Damian Priest will beat Seth Rollins tonight? New world champion already?
You know what? I want him to. I like Priest. I really want him to, but it's at that stage where it's like it's just a little bit too soon. Like he's a little bit. Like Seth just got the belt, and it's like a little bit too soon. Now, if they want to make it Gary, wait, he in the Money in the Bank, ain't he? Never mind.
Yep.
He could cash in. He could win and cash in on Money in the Bank Gainer if they do it right.
That could happen. Well, with that, I said it's going to be a short podcast today. Just wanted to cover some of those rumors with Cody and Brock. Don't want to hold anyone up from getting to catch Monday Night Raw. We are not ready to go for alternative commentary. We're not going to give you alternative commentary. We're going to go and enjoy it, and later on in the week, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Right now, Seth doing the speech. Ain't nothing really going on.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for checking out Don't Say the F Word. Ooh.
I got something for you.
What you got?
All right. It came to me the other day when we got off the last podcast. Since we're talking about fractions in the wrestling world, I know what you can do for the next podcast. Talk about your three greatest fractions in the world.
Yeah,
three. Just three.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
All right. So next podcast, guys, we're going to talk. We'll talk factions in pro wrestling, and we'll rank them. We'll give our top three.
Okay.
All right. Until next time, guys, this is Don't Say the F Word, where we don't use the F word. We talk about professional wrestling. I'm Jeremy. He's Joe. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check us out on Rumble, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, right here on Instagram all the time. And we're out.
We're out. Peace.